Hello, good evening. How are you? Well, I hope you are perfectly well. And today we're going to start a new unit. I told you that you had to read before this English class, the reading comprehension on page 74, because we're going to start a new unit. This unit has to do with crime and punishment, and you have the title is Robbers and Burglars, and the reading comprehension it states with different kinds of crime in a city and what can we do to prevent. After that, we'll deal with a listening and we focus on certain vocabulary you need to talk about this topic. So let's start. Open your books, page 74, and let's start the reading comprehension. And I think that you had already done the reading, but we're going to deal with it. Then I'm going to set up this, and we start with the presentation. Here it is. Very good. This is Unit 8A, Bit, the Robbers and the Burglars. We have here a picture, very good one by Christina Cabal, that I love this English teacher, because the main is crime, because we're going to deal with the topic crime. And here, different colors, you have different kinds of crime people can commit, depending on the place, depending on the people, depending how it is done, it is committed, it takes a different noun. Then we have drug dealing, assassination, kidnap, hijack, burglary, bribery, arson, insider trading, cybercrime, fraud, murder, shoplifting, robbery, phishing, harassment, assault, and car theft. Then this is the important vocabulary you have to deal with later on. So you have here the page and the reading comprehension. This is an article from the CNN website, How Not to Get Robbed in the Street. They give you in this text, 6 different tips, giving advice about this. You are going sightseeing, you go around the city, then what kind of tips you could follow to avoid being robbed. While you are reading, this is an article, so what's missing here? The article is divided into 6 paragraphs. Then what's missing? The headings. The headings are missing here. Then by means of context, you read each paragraph. You have to be able to match each heading with each paragraph. I'm going to read the headings aloud. A. Be careful when you are sightseeing. B. Be smart about cops. C. Don't look too well off. D. Keep an eye on the kids. E. Listen to the locals. And F. Look confident. I think that you know that cops, it's the American word for taxis. Then taxis, yellow taxis in America are called cops. And to be well off is that they have a lot of money, adinerados, acomodados, or you can say he belongs to a well-off family. And I think that the other ones, the local people who live in the city, the inhabitants of a city. Well, then we're going to go reading this, and while I'm reading, please try to choose the correct heading for each paragraph. So let's start the reading. It starts. Number 1. You automatically increase your chances of being robbed if you look as if you might have a lot of money on you. You don't have to look like a tramp, but you should try to look as if you aren't carrying much value. If you are a tourist, keep your expensive camera or phone hidden. Number 2. This is especially true in countries where there are big income differences, and particularly in urban areas. Children are sadly often the most dangerous people on the street because they have nothing to lose. If you see a group of children coming towards you, ignore them completely and walk quickly to an area where there are plenty of other people. Number 3. If you see that people are watching you in a suspicious way, look straight back at them and make eye contact. If they were thinking of robbing you, it will make them realize that you may not be an easy target. Number 4. If you are a tourist and somebody in the streets tells you to put your phone away, do it. Sometimes the locals can be overprotective because they want you to see the best side of their town, but it's always a good idea to take their advice. If they say don't go somewhere, don't. 5. The safest thing to do is to phone a reputable company every time you need one. Your hotel can normally help with this. If you do have to get a taxi in the street, make sure it looks like a regulated one, for example, one which has an official number of company phone number on it. And never ever get into a cab that has another person in the front passenger seat. 6. What's the first thing tourists do when they come out of Westminster Tube Station in London? They look up at Big Ben, and then they pause to have their photo taken. When they are looking up or looking at the camera, that's the moment when a pickpocket steals their wallet. Thieves also love the posters you see that warn tourists, "Watch out, pickpockets about." When men read that, their natural reaction is to immediately put their hand on the pocket where their wallet is, to make sure it's still there. The pickpockets are watching, and so they see exactly where the man is carrying his wallet. So, I think that the vocabulary is clear enough. Maybe in part of 1, tramp, vagabundo, very good. But I think that the rest is easy. It's an easy vocabulary. So, let's move on correction. How was it? And here you have the correction. Part of 1, it's C. Don't look too well off. If they see that you are rich, you are a very easy target. 2 is D. Keep an eye on the children. Very important. 3. F. Look confident. 4. E. Listen to the locals. They are the ones who are going to give you the best advice. 5. B. Be smart about cabs. They recommend you to check a good one, a legal one. And number 6, A. Be careful when you are sightseeing. Sometimes we are so impressed by the things we are watching that we don't realize that we can be maggot, yeah. What? And now it's time for listening. But before listening, because the listening we're going to deal with these 8 questions, I would like you to spend time thinking about how to beat the burglars. For example, number 1. How long do you think a burglar normally takes to search someone's house? It is said that when a burglar comes into your house, it's because they are watching us for a long time. They are observing, searching for certain information. Then how long do you think do they normally take to search? Number 2, which are the most common things that burglars steal apart from money? The most important thing maybe is money, but the most common things. Well, I think that you could realize burglar is the person who goes to your house, to breaks into your house and steal there. Then they are called burglars. If they commit that crime in your house, then it's burglar. Then what are the most common things that burglars, apart from money, steal? What do you think? Clothes? I don't know why. I have no idea about what could be the most common thing. Number 3, what one thing would be likely to stop a burglar coming into your house? What could probably make them stop? I don't know. Because they want to steal is their objective. Number 4, what factors influence a burglar to choose a house? What kind of things do you think that make them choose your house? Your work shifts, or that you are on holidays sometimes? We'll know it later on. Number 5, why do some burglars prefer it if their owners are at home? Oh my God, I hope it doesn't happen. Very dangerous, yeah? But sometimes they prefer that you are at home. Why do you think so? Number 6, when are you most likely to be burglarized? During the day or night? Normally with the word is passive voice, yeah, because they commit the crime, then you are burglared. To be burglared, very important is, because burglars steal, then you are burglared, because they break into your house. We'll deal with it later on, yeah, the explanation. Number 7, how are burglars more likely to get into your house? How, in what way are more likely to get into your house? And 8, what is the best room in the house to hide your valuables? Where? What is the best room? I think that everybody hides the valuables in the same room, but we have to change maybe after this advice. Well, now we don't have to be afraid of burglars because we have to stay at home. Then everybody is at home. Then we don't have this danger to take into account. And well, think about this. And now I'm going to play the listening, and you have to take notes about the answer of these questions. I'm going to for you to write this. Yeah, the listening is 4.30, but these are the questions you have to deal with. I'm going to play it now.
4.30. So, welcome to the programme, Danny. Now, you're an ex-burglar yourself, so you can obviously give us the inside story here. Tell me, how long does a burglar usually take to burgle a house?
Oh, I'd say that an experienced burglar would never spend more than 20 minutes in a house. 20 minutes maximum and then out.
And how much would they probably take in that time?
Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 quid's worth of goods. It depends on the house.
And what are the favourite things for burglars to steal?
Well, these days, they're usually looking for things like laptops and tablets. They're easy to sell, you see, and not so easy for the owner to identify if the burglar later gets caught.
What one thing would be likely to stop a burglar from breaking into a house?
I'd say definitely a dog, especially a noisy one. Well, burglars don't like dogs because they're unpredictable.
What kind of things would actually make a burglar choose a particular house to break into?
Well, it's got to look like a house where there'll be things worth taking. So a burglar will normally go for a house that looks quite expensive in a good area. And they'll also often choose a house where there are trees or bushes outside, which are good places to hide while they're watching the house before they break in. And also where they could hide when they come out of the house. That way there's less chance of neighbours seeing them. And obviously they'll normally wait for the house to be empty before they break in.
So a burglar wouldn't break in if they thought the owners were at home?
Not usually, no. Though there are some burglars who actually prefer it if the owners are at home in bed. That way they won't get surprised by them suddenly coming home when they're in the middle of things.
Oh, not a very nice thought. What's the most common time of day for a burglar to break into your house?
Well, people always think of burglars as working at night, and of course some do, but the majority of burglaries happen between around 10 in the morning and lunchtime. A burglar will watch a house and then wait for the adults to go to work and the kids to go to school, and then he can be sure the house is empty.
What's the easiest way for a burglar to break into a house?
The easiest way is just taking out a window or a patio door, usually at the back of the house. You can do this really quickly and it doesn't make much noise if you've got good equipment, which a serious burglar would usually have.
And finally, what's the safest room to hide your valuables in? What's the last place a burglar would look?
There's a typical order burglars use when they search a house. They start with the main bedroom, because that's often where people leave their valuables, and then the living room. After that, probably the dining room, if there is one, the study, and then the kitchen. The last place would probably be a kid's bedroom. You wouldn't normally expect to find anything worth taking there.
So a child's bedroom is the best place to hide things?
Well, in theory, though, of course, if any burglars out there have been listening to this programme, they might start looking there first.
Well, very surprising, isn't it? I had never thought about that. So, take notes, and if you had any problems with the listening, remember, you can do it whenever you want to. You pause the video and then you listen to the listening again. Then we are going to move on now the correction of the listening. Then, how long do you think a burglar normally takes to search someone's house? Do you know the answer? Well, the answer, 20 minutes. It's a short time then. How long do you think a burglar takes to search someone's house? On only 20 minutes. A short time. Oh my God. Well, we have to be very careful. Number 2, which are the most common things that burglars steal apart from money? Well, technology devices, technological gadgets such as laptops or tablets. Yeah. Number 3, what one thing would be likely to stop a burglar coming into your house? A dog, a very noisy, barking all the time, they said. Number 4, what factors influence a burglar? Well, I think that it looks expensive, that there are good places to hide around the house and no one is at home. Then you could say that 3 factors. It looks expensive, there are good places to hide around the house and no one is at home. Well, number 5, why do some burglars prefer it if the owners are at home? So they won't get surprised in the house when the owners come home. Then they prefer people in the house sleeping at night. Oh my God. Number 6. When are you most likely to be burgled? Well, it's during the day. During the day is more likely. Number 7. How they get into a house? The easiest way is by removing a door or the window. Very easy for them. So the last one, the best room in the house, a child's bedroom. He says that nobody expects to have the valuables in the child's bedroom. Then it is an advice. If you want to hide your valuables and to be safe, you need to hide them in your children's bedroom. So, how was it, the listening? Well, now this listening had to do with a burglar. A burglar is a person who breaks into your house to steal the money or your valuables. In English, depending on the kind of crime and depending on the sentence, we have confusing words regarding crime and punishment. And we have to make a difference. I'm going now to make a difference between steal, rob, and burglar. 3 verbs that they are very similar, and that's why they are so confusing. I hope that this explanation is making the meaning come true. Well, the first one, to steal. To steal money, to steal, robar, is the most common, the most general one. This is the explanation. You steal when you take, of course, unlawfully, what belongs to someone else. But this is the difference. The object of the verb, then it should have an object. The object of this verb is generally what you have stolen. Then generally you steal things. The person who steals is called a thief, un ladrón. Okay? Then, someone's stolen my watch. I have to write down, I have to say the object. The object here is my watch. Someone's stolen my watch. Or he stole all my money. Always you have to say what had been stolen. Number 3, or this example is, they wanted me to steal your ring. Oh my God. I try to make it better. No, I'm not going to. Okay, they want me to steal your ring. Another example is that steal, what did they want to steal? Your ring. Then steal always is followed by the object, what belongs to someone else. Clear? And sometimes you can also steal something from someone. Robarle algo a alguien. La preposición es from. He stole from me and from my friends. Then the preposition robarle a alguien algo is steal something from someone, because it is the origin. Now, another one very similar is to rob. You rob when you unlawfully take something from its owner. Then here you have to state the person, or you rob someone, or you rob a place. That's why it's very common to listen or to hear, wow, there have been a bank robbery. You use bank robbery when you state the owner, the person, then someone, or the place where it has happened. The person who robs is a robber. Then, for example, the person, I have been robbed. Robin Hood robbed whom? The rich. The owner. These were the owners. He robbed a bank. This is the place. Yeah. I made a distinction by using different colors because I think it's better that way. It's easier for you to understand. Then steal, you have to say the object, and rob, you have to say the person, the owner, or the place where it took place. Better? And then, well, sometimes a person or institution is robbed of something, then here the preposition is of, by someone. Then she robbed me of all my money. Then here the preposition is of. Then different verbs, different objects, different prepositions. Very important. And the third one is the one we dealt with, the listening, to burglar. Burglar. It means to steal from a building or a home. It's when something is stolen from a building or a house. Then the person who breaks into, very important verb, break into houses, break into shops, then it's a building. To steal things is a burglar. Then the person is the burglar. The person who burglaries is a burglar. My house was burgled last night. You have to use passive voice because it's the house. The house was burgled last night, or she has been burgled. Then, if you use the verb burglar, you are giving the information that somebody broke into her house. Then, very important, this distinction. You have here all the information. Burglar, rob, and steal. I can give you this if you want by mail, but you have the video, no problem. Then, I prepared something for you. I had already explained that, but you need to put into practice. Then, test your knowledge with this exercise. Please, I'm going to show you an image. You should pause the video and try to fill in, do the exercise at home. And after that, I'll give you the answers. Then here, please, you have to fill in the gaps depending on the correct verbal tenses. It's not infinitive, yeah? You have to use verbal tenses. This is better for you? Well, I'm going to read them aloud. Pause the video, please, and do it at home. Now, he told the children it was a great sin to apples from his orchard. 2. The man said it hadn't been his intention to anyone. 3. The thieves 2 laptops and a computer. 4. We were at a previous house. Then the clue is house. 5. Every hour of every day, 98 homes are and 7 homes are hit by fire. 6. Police have appealed for help in tracing 2 men who 2 teenagers after talking to them. 2 teenagers, and you have to focus on the objects, information in the context. 7. If you knocked someone on the head and their wallet, you would be punished. Please focus, this is a second conditional. If you knocked, simple past, then you would be punished. And the last one, the apothecary Harold was of some herbs and balms. Here you have a clue. Which preposition did we use with of? And now pause the video and do the exercise, please. Take into account if you have a place, an object, the owner, what has been stolen. Well, how was it? Well, let's correct, move on correction. Here you have the correction. Then, in this sentence, I have what? You have the object. Then, it's still. He told the children it was a great thing to, infinitive, to steal apples from his orchard. Then you have the steal what? Apples. Number 2, the correct is rob, because you have the person. The man said it hadn't been his intention to rob anyone, because you have the person. 3, the thieves stole, simple past, 2 laptops and a computer. It's simple past, and it's this verb because you have the object, 2 laptops and a computer. 4, we were burgled. It's a passive voice at a previous house because you have the house. The next, every hour of every day, 98 homes are burgled, because we are talking about homes and it's a passive voice, are burgled. And 7 homes are hit by fire. You have the clue with home. The next, robbed. Police have appealed for help in tracing 2 men who robbed, because I have the people who were robbed, 2 teenagers, and this is the clue. The next, if you knock someone on the head and stole their wallet, you would be punished because I have the object, wallet. And the last one is robbed. You have here the preposition, was robbed of some herbs and balms. Then you have the clue. Then I think it's clearer now. You have to pay attention to the context and the sentence in this sense. So, these are the 3 main verbs regarding crime. And now you have to work on more vocabulary. Here it is. On page number 75, vocabulary, crime and punishment. On your books, everybody please, to vocabulary, crime and punishment. You have now more words, vocabulary for people who steal, and you have burglar, but you have mugger, pickpocket, robber, shoplifter and thief. Would you like to do it together? Well, I'm going to read the definition and try to match. 1. Is someone who breaks in and steals from a private house. I think it's easy, this. 2. Is someone who steals from a person or place, for example, a bank, using a threatening violence. A threatening violence. 3. It's someone who steals something from a shop. This is very easy, shop. It starts with shop. Number 3, it's someone who steals from you in the street, usually without you noticing, then you are not noticing that you are being stolen. Number 5, it's someone who uses violence. This is very important. It's a person who uses violence to steal from you in the street, and this person with violence. And 6 is the general word for someone who steals from a person. Then pause the video, please, do the exercise, and later on we'll move on the correction. So, what was it? Well, I think that you knew it. Number 1, a burglar, the person who breaks into your house. A robber, it's someone who steals from a person. The preposition is from a person or place. 3, a shoplifter, from a shop, of course. A pickpocket is the person who steals in the street, because these people are very skilled in putting their hand in your pocket, and you don't notice. Then pickpocket, carterista is very good. 5, a mugger is the person who uses violence. Te asaltan la calle. And 6, the general word, it's a thief. The person who steals from a person is a thief. Then you have to distinguish different words regarding different kinds of people who commit the crime in a different place or in a different way. So, what's the homework you should do now? For this Friday, the 3rd of April, you should go on page 160 and deal with all the vocabulary regarding crimes and criminals, what happens to a criminal, because if they commit crime, they should be punished. That's why we're talking about what kind of punishment they are going to have. Then this is the homework, and after this class, I'll send you the vocabulary you'll need to deal with this. So, what we are going to do now? Now, I would like you to do the following thing. I would like today to introduce the grammatical point we are going to start on Friday. On Friday, we're going to start dealing with passive voice. Today we have to look with she has been burglared. But to introduce the passive voice, now I'm going to deal with half causative. That is when something is done because you are not professional or you can't do the activity. Then I'm going to show you how we are going to use the structure when we should use the structure. Then it is on your page. I'm going to show you the mini grammar number 4. Then I'm going to show you now. Well, here it is. It's on page, everybody, 75 for mini grammar. Have something done. It is called this because if you learn this structure, everything is clear. You use have. Here you have the object and the past participle. When you can do an action on your own, for example, I'm not a hairdresser, then I can cut my hair on my own. I'm not a mechanic, then I cannot repair my car on my own, by myself. I'm not a dentist, then I can't take out a tooth by my own, on my own. Then these kind of actions that you are not able to do them, you have to use a have causative. It's called that way because somebody is going to do it. Then Here you have the explanation. Use have in the correct verbal tense depending on the context. And this have is what you have to use in different verbal tenses. Plus the object. What is done? Then it's blue colored, then it's better for you in the examples to understand. Plus a past participle because something is done. Then you have to use have, the object, and the past participle of the verb of the action. So let's see certain examples. For example, I have present simple because the action takes place twice a year. It's present simple daily routines or routines. Then something is with a frequency. I have, the object is my hair and the past participle cut. I have my hair cut twice a year. What happens if now it's simple past? Yesterday. I have to use the simple past, then I had my hair cut yesterday. What happens if it's a plan? My sister, present continuous for future arrangements, my sister is having her hair cut. Or for example, now my daughter has just been to the hairdresser, so my daughter has just had, present perfect, her hair cut. Le acaban de cortar el pelo. It's very easy, yeah? Then you use the verbal tense of the verb have, the object, and the past participle. So, in this minute warmer, you are asked to do these exercises. Here you have the actions, the verbs cut, install, renew, repair, take. You have to choose. You have 5 sentences. You have to complete the sentence with the correct form of the have something done by using one of these verbs. Then please pause the video, take your time, do it at home, and now later on, we'll correct. So take your time. So let's do it together now with the correction. I don't know which color. I think it's going to be perfect for you. Oh my god. I only wanted to choose a color, nothing else. Well, what do you have? How often it's present simple, then have your hair, the verb is cut. Very good. How often do you have your hair cut? Very good. Present simple. Now, number 2 is simple past. Then, where did you have it? Very good. And the past participle is prepared. Where did you have it repaired? It's the past participle, okay? Very good. Then, where did you have it repaired? This is simple past in a question and the past participle. Another question. Do you usually, then usually, you need the present simple of have. Your passport or ID card is the object, and the past participle you need is very good, renewed. Then you have present simple, the object, and the past participle. Very good. And now I need the present perfect, then I need have you had. This is the present perfect. Have you had a burglar alarm and the past participle installed in your house? Very good. Have you had a burglar alarm installed in your house? And the last one, have you ever, again, I need the present perfect, sorry. Then have you ever had your photo is the object and taken is the past participle. Then, have you ever had your photo taken in front of a famous building? ¿Alguien te ha hecho una foto? Then I think it's very easy, very clear, and we have to use it in all the actions, all the activities that you can do it, we can do it on our own. So, this grammar is the beginning, is the starting, the introduction of the passive voice, and next Friday we'll move in the following. We need to correct, here it is, okay. We need to correct, you have to do the vocabulary regarding crime and punishment. I will send you now all the vocabulary you need. Then you do it for next class. And please, I will send you a mini grammar bank to put into practice this have something done. So, we finish here today's class, and please do homework for Friday. Bye bye. Take care.